Comic Boom here to review Hawkman #1, written by Robert Venditti with great art by Brian Hitch and colors by Alex Sinclair. I gotta give a shout out to Alex Sinclair. Every great comic book I've been reading lately that I've been impressed with the art with, it's been colored by Alex Sinclair, it seems. The guy does amazing work. And Hawkman #1 is no exception. My God. I have to... Hawkman has had, as everyone who knows anything about DC Comics knows, that Hawkman's always had kind of a convoluted history and past. But we know, flowing out of the pages of Metal, that Hawkman has returned, and kator-ol has returned in all his glory. And DC clearly wants to sort of maybe bring him back and make him more of an exciting, more go-to character, because he's been sort of missing so far in Rebirth. But wow, flowing out of the pages of Metal, and how Hawkman's history is tied into Batman's history in relation to Barbados and the Dark Universe, etc., etc. That's really exciting. If you want to read the pages of, you want to read Metal, go and read Metal issues 1 through 6. It's kind of a confusing read. It could be a lot easier. I think again, I've had some complaints about Metal, but I think that if you take the time and effort to read Metal, there's lots in there, and it does have a lot of information about kator-ol Hawkman. This one though, this issue is better than all 6 issues of Metal, because it simplifies everything. And it's beautifully drawn, and it's just kator-ol. He's an archaeologist again. He knows thousands of languages. He's been reincarnated hundreds of thousands of times. And really the only revelation in this issue is that instead of being reincarnated across time, he's been reincarnated across time and space. So that's really the big reveal here. That basically all you need to know is kator-ol has been reincarnated across time and space, so that he hasn't just led different lives on Earth, but different lives on other planets, including, interestingly enough, Krypton. And one of the revelations I found in here that was very interesting is he seems to have established in his mind, with the help of Xanadu, another character, and with the help of a relic that he steals at the beginning of this issue, he steals this relic that helps you remember one's true self or true past, true origins. He basically discovers that a lot of the planets that he's had different lives on across the millennia, a lot of those planets have been destroyed. So he thinks that there's a force that seems to be following him wherever he reincarnates on a planet. There's a force that seems to be following him and destroying those worlds. And at least that's what it implied. And I find that interesting, because could kator-ol's influence have any bearing as to why Krypton was destroyed? Because kator-ol, in one of his past lives, did have a life on Krypton. He was known as kator-ol of Krypton. And there's a great full page spread here where Brian Hitch goes all out, drawing just a beautiful rendition of different incarnations of Hawkman throughout the millennia. It's just a really great job. And also a page where they allude to the fact that any planet that he's been part of, reincarnated on, has been ultimately destroyed. Basically, it started with an origin long forgotten. Beginning with Earth, one that will bring slaughter to me in all the worlds I've known, and I'm the only one who can stop it. And it's very interesting. So one of the worlds that was slaughtered was Krypton, I think, or was it? This is interesting, and I wonder if Brian Bendis has been talking to Robert Venditti. I doubt it, but I wonder if they realize that how they're both sort of writing about Krypton here indirectly, perhaps. In any event, I don't want to mislead you. This doesn't necessarily, he's not going to be going to Krypton anytime soon. Obviously, Krypton's destroyed. I'm just alluding to the fact that maybe Hawkman's history is entwined with Superman's mythology as well, not just Batman's, not just all the other ways that he's been connected through the Batman mythology, through the pages of Metal. So it's interesting. I like how DC's sort of connecting all their heroes here, and in a real cool way. And look at that beautiful variant cover. I mean, that's one of the best Hawkman covers that I've ever seen. That's just truly beautiful. That I believe the cover is by Hitch and Sinclair. And, oh, pardon me, this Stefan Sejic is the variant cover. Stefan Sejic. Japan Sejic. I apologize, I'm butchering that name, but he's a great artist. Great artist. In any event, guys, check out Hawkman. This is a really great issue. It's well worth the read. And until next time, Comic Boom out.